I love that that's the worst intro I've ever heard.
It's the best, though, because it's so bad.
It's so bad, it's good. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Okay, Baggedmilk, back from Vegas. You survived it.
I did. I'm here.
Awesome.
I'm rehydrated.
Okay,
A
now...
little color back in the face.
I'm done with it. Are you done with the anthem protest stuff?
I could see why you would be done with it, but I also understand why people want to talk about it. It's an important conversation.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your feedback though when you're blogging about this? Are people like lashing out at it? Are they supporting it? Like, do you get a sense of how Canada sits on this?
We're getting a real mix of everything. This morning at OilersNation.com, we posted an article specifically about how the Penguins handled their invite to the White House. And from the feedback, it's split. I would say there's kind of three tiers of people. Some are completely done with it. Some are, I don't want to talk about politics on a sports site. And others are like, this is a conversation that needs to continue. So
yeah, it's hard to...
Yeah.
The nice part about our platform is it kind of offers you, a place to say your piece. And no matter where you kind of fall in those three tiers, there's kind of a sense of community there.
Did you see Blake Wheeler was kind of one of the first hockey players now to speak out?
Yeah, I did see that, Yeah. He made a comment. My thing with the visit for the Penguins going to the White House is they're not a political entity. They're a sports team. They got an invite to the White House. So you go do that. And I'm not a Trump fan. You go do that because that's what you do as a sports team. It's a tradition. And if you have a different opinion politically, well, use your social media. Do it that way, right? Like that's kind of where I sit.
I think that they should have the option. If there's Penguins players that don't want to go because of personal beliefs, then they should be able to stand up for themselves.
No one really cared when Tom Brady didn't go.
The thing is that...
Oh, they did. They for sure did.
They left it alone.
People are going to care one way or the other.
Yeah.
If Crosby says something, they're going to care. If he doesn't say something, they're going to care. So I feel like if this is something you're passionate about, you should be able to voice your opinion in a kind of protest. That's what free countries are all about. You should be allowed to protest in a way that's peaceful. And if that's the way you see fit, then I think you should be allowed to do it.
Well put. Okay, one last thing on this anthem thing, and then we'll move on. Now, I have said that I have a feeling the NFL has been meeting like a lot of meetings behind the scenes, and they're trying to come up with a plan to handle this weekend and the rest of the season as far as the anthem protests. And I'm gonna say this out loud. I think it's going to go away because I think it's going to hurt their pocketbook. Whether you agree with it or not, it is impacting ratings, which is impacting the money that the NFL makes. And the NFL makes a lot of money. And do you agree with that? Do you think that it's going to change this weekend?
I think we're going to see more of it this weekend, but I could also see a situation where it tapers out. For me, the interesting part was the reaction to last weekend, where you see the guys burning their season tickets and all their merch and stuff, which to me just blows my mind. You already paid for that stuff, man. Like
they've already got your money.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just find that whole reaction is the interesting part to me.
Okay, now, preseason. You made an interesting point when we were talking before we got on the air, that you were at the game on Monday and you could feel the room, the vibe in the room at Rogers Place when they were playing the Hurricanes was, all right, let's just get going here. Is the preseason in the NHL, is it too long?
I think like right now it's at 7 games, I think. Somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 7 games.
It is 7 games.
It's getting a little bit long. The game on Monday just kind of had the vibe of a really skilled beer hockey game.
Okay.
A beer league game. Because there was no hitting. Guys they're getting in shape. They're doing their thing. I'm not saying they're not competing. It just had that vibe of like, all right, let's get this
All-star
going for real.
Yeah.
A little bit of an all-star game.
Yeah.
And people just want hockey back.
Let's
so
just
bad.
do this. Let's get onto it.
You're trying not to get excited, but you're at the same time.
Why is it so long? Why isn't it just a couple of games and then let's just get to her?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, to be fair, though, looking around Rogers Place, there was a lot of people with a drink in their hand there for a preseason game. So
yeah, but I don't know if you can compare the rest of the NHL to the boner that we have in this town for hockey.
Oh, rock hard.
Yeah.
6 to midnight.
But like, I mean, even for us, like we've got events planned and coming up for the start of the season, and even for us at Oilers Nation, let's get going. Like,
Yeah,
I want to
let's-
go.
Yeah,
It's
let's
time.
do
Do
this.
Yeah.
Let's start winning. Let's
Play
start
some meaningful hockey.
There we go. Baggedmilk, thank you for your visit.
Thanks as always.
Every Wednesday we'll have them in here, all right?